One of the best things about Brood War is the fact that there's so many different secrets embedded in the game, especially when it comes to micro. One of my most memorable moments as a caster is when I got to see Bisu micro down spider mines that he didn't have vision of.
Oh, nice.
Oh my
nice.
God, that is so hard to do. Oh, he's actually going to try this. This is one of the hardest things to do with Dragoons.
So sick.
He
Oh my
actually
God.
pulled it off. Okay, I'm going to explain this in a second, but hold up.
God.
This is, I kid you not, one of the hardest things for Protoss to do, and probably the hardest thing for Protoss to do in the early game like this.
Oh,
Dude, he's just
man.
doing it. Look at this. Look at this.
Look at this micro.
Oh my God, he's so good.
Jeez.
I cannot emphasize how hard that is to do. And the problem is if you make one mistake and it connects on you.
Oh my God.
I cannot believe he's doing this.
micro. This is so crazy what we're seeing here.
Now, I looked online in English and found there were no guides that explain this. So I thought, why not use this moment to show you guys how to micro like that? It's not easy. It takes practice. But I do feel like one of the hardest parts of this is also knowing when to use it and when not to use it. It feels very rewarding to gun down spider mines when you can't see them, but also it's very risky, and you really have to perfect the technique. So we're going to go in game now. I'm going to show you how to do this. Let me know what you think about this in the comments if you like this kind of content, and if you want to see more stuff like this in the future. Okay, so in order to do this, you have to have 2 Dragoons. You can do it with 3. You can do it with more than 3 even, but it's a little bit easier and it's more common when you're in a situation like this. You'll have exactly 2 Dragoons. You can do it with 1 if the mine has been damaged by another Dragoon as well. Also important to note is that you do not need Dragoon range, but it's easier if you have Dragoon range. And most of the time when you're doing this strategy, it's going to be in the early game. It might be before your observer can get there. It might be, your observer is having to check something else real quick here. Or maybe that you're being attacked and you need to gun down these mines as they're planting them around your nexus. Sometimes Dragoons can gun down a spider mine as it pops up, but it's a little bit random if you're on attack move. So you may have had games, whether you're a Terran and you've experienced this on the receiving end, or you're a Protoss and you saw it happen yourself, where you moved across the map and a mine popped up and some of the Dragoons managed to gun it down early on. Now, it's not always consistent, which is why it's dangerous. Let me show you what happens when we have 2 Dragoons and we try to move through here, which is a minefield. We could get lucky, but we don't, right? Another Dragoon goes down, and let's see if he even... So, if you're a little bit further away, as you can see there, you're more likely to be able to fire the mine. So sometimes one Dragoon in the front will end up covering one in the back. The reason why it's not reliable with A attack is that the Dragoon is one of the buggiest units in the game. It's just not reliable. Not only does it sometimes hiccup and not fire immediately, but sometimes it bugs out and gets stuck, specifically when you're on attack move. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is that if you use hold position for certain units in the game, they actually respond much, much, much quicker and are much more reliable in those moments. And that's how you want to try to gun down the spider mine as it comes up. Now, a couple things to note. You have to memorize where the mines are ahead of time. You could do it without seeing it, but it's extremely difficult. The technique, if you just do hold position, isn't as consistent. Watch. Now, notice that I hit hold position. It still ate it. Hold position. Shot it down. I think the other one's just a little bit up here. Well, as you can see there, you don't want to be too close to the mine. So there's a second part to the micro that makes it much more efficient. So note, I want to watch where it is. I've memorized it's there. Come forward, come back, hold position. Now, it's important to note you can also gun down the mines like this. You can just shoot them down before they come in there because there's going to be a lot of moments where you're going to be trying to take fights like this, and they're going to be putting mines anyways. Always good to shoot them down before they plant. So if you can gun down the mine, do it like that. But if not, what you want to do, come forward, try to do it. If you don't remember quite where it is, come forward, come back, hold, back, hold, back, hold, back, hold, back, hold, like that. So if you're able to memorize where the spider mines are and just keep that in your mind while everything else is going on, as long as they're not too many mines clumped together, you can come in and gun down their mines, which can allow you to push in on a turret, on a bunker, maybe even on a factory during a rush, and allow you to take this out without needing an observer there. Now, one thing when you're learning this strategy, I should say tactic really, is that it's really exciting, it's really fun, but you need to know when to use it. You almost only want to use it either before the first observer's out or around when the first observer's out. There's very few moments when it's appropriate to do it otherwise. Also, keep in mind, when you're doing a rush like this, you also need to be aware that your minerals are going to be going up a lot because you have to completely zero in on this part of the map in order to make this strategy work out. Let me show you guys me gunning down 3 spider mines. Again, we want to remember where they are. And so.
Perfect.
Now, as you guys could see, that if you focus in and really do your absolute best to try to control as well as you can pretty much always gun down the mines. What you want to avoid is if there are multiple mines at once, if there are multiple targets there at once. For instance, the vulture is planting and the mine is planting because you don't know where the dragoon is going to target. But isolated mines are almost always guaranteed as long as you can control it correctly. I hope you get a chance to try this tactic out. Let me know if it works for you and what you think of me putting content like this on the YouTube. My YouTube's pretty small, but it's growing pretty steadily. I'm really enjoying putting content like this out there. If you ever want to join me live for the games that I ladder on or just general games that I'm playing on my stream, go to twitch.tv/tastelesstv. Hope you subscribe, turn the alerts on, and I'll see you in a future video. Take care. Bye-bye.